Tutorial. Play hardcore. Start. I'm gonna try and explain everything I do. Hopefully enough doesn't cave in from the pressure. Go large, master, and actually we'll go corruption. Okay, so in 1.3, the objective was basically to get to the ocean so that you could get a reaver and head down to hell. But that's no longer feasible. So what we do instead is we have to kill the Eater of Worlds prior to going to hell. But yeah, so we go Eater of Worlds, then Hell, gather the Hellstone, then we go and kill Skeletron and Queen Bee. Because it just makes it a lot easier when you're firing hardcore weapons. Which does make sense. So, like, there are so many things to do in this game that you can easily get distracted by doing other things that aren't important. Like, say for instance, just digging around in random caves. Like that's a waste of time. You don't really want to be doing that, so when you do your digging, you just really only want the entire setup over. Go, whoa, dumbass. Advanced tutorial on make it. Alright, so we'll pull all these mushrooms with these living trees. You kind of want to be a bit careful because there are usually like those gnomes. Let's see what's in here. Fade the slime. I keep my recalls in 3 and I stick my mirror in 9. Everyone's got a different approach, I guess. Whatever works for you. But good recall is important. So, because we don't have a weapon, we're not going to go down. I'm just going to cross. Nice that we do have an agile. Okay, so I mean we do have a weapon. I don't really consider that. Alright, so we're going to dig some of this stone, excuse me, so that we can make arrows. This is a bad item. I need to collect around 30 stone at the start, so we've got 20 for a furnace and then 10 for arrows. That's basically the first thing on the checklist. Now, bench, and we hopefully get decent bow. Nope. Alright. Chop more trees. Now, I don't want to spend too much time rolling dice for bows, so we'll give it one more shot. There we go. Agile. Nice. Torches. Get the furnace for later. Use the remainder for fire arrows. Throw them in the top slot there. Kill these slimes for more fire. Good thing about using fire arrows is it sends streamers of fire down through the soil so you can see what's happening underneath. Bombs. It's nice. When we pick up bombs, we want to keep one bomb so we can use 3 of those. Keep one so that when we do create housing, the demolitionist. He is essentially the main guy at the start. Alright, brisk, speed. Worms, bad. Crack those open. I'm really hoping for golden one. Hello. Huh? Yeah? Yeah, sure one. Thank you. Alright, looks like I'm gonna get a little bit risky and have a bit. Now, I've come down here because I do have a weapon now. Like this. Chuck some light out. Alright, so we've got danger sense out of that, that's good. Now got the option to build loop, so our housing doesn't look too mundane. Again, we have a weapon, so we're quite safe. Alright, is that a hook? Thank you.
It's gonna be B-roll.
Yeah, that's alright. That's fine. Get loud.
Get loud.
Yeah, have fun. That's what life's all about, right? Alright, so that's pretty much all we can do. Yeah. Right. Now, what we do want is snow. Plant these sunflowers so that we speed boost. There you go. Okay, so we're at another section of tunnels. Snow is a priority, but tunnels are also quite, they can be looped. But the thing is, go into tunnels without danger sense at the start of the game. The chances of dying severely increase. So we can okay this tunnel because we do have danger sense. Alright, so now we can practically just fly through it. At least until we get stuck. We don't want to really mine anything, we're just looting. Alright, mining is time consuming. Like really looking for spelunkers out of these, or you know, anything that's useful really. Maybe a gold pool. Red slime. A little bit risky. Keep distance. Always give yourself enough room. When you are fighting a slime like that, right? Always make sure you keep an eye on what's going on above you. Like, because, you know, you've got the slime pinned with the arrows. So, give yourself the chance to glance up behind yourself. It will save your life. Promise. So, again, we don't want to mine. There's no value to mining around here. Like, you can't use those tunnels later on. So, another red slime. Kinda got it pinned on this slope. Alright, still looking for treasure. Now, when you come across rails like this, the immediate thing that everyone does is jump on. You don't want to do that. You just want to jump on across these little ledges that you can't jump across, and stay on foot, because you know you're basically locked in on the road. You don't want to tangle with that. So we're going to bail over to here. That's jungle. And we're probably going to leave this section now. We don't want to tackle jungle just yet. We're not strong enough. I mean, we could tackle it, but want to make progress. We don't want to. So, while it is still barely light, let's pass through here quickly, and hopefully there's snow. And we definitely know it's on the left now because jungle was on the right. So just, yeah, as far as map generation goes, I mean, unless it's like a wonky seed, you've got jungle on one side, and snow, and the dungeon on the other. And they can be basically anywhere. Well, snow can. Dungeon has that gold. It's a gold nugget. It's useful. We'll just cross this. As soon as we see a flying demon eye, it's pretty much over. We'll have to recall home. I could kill those, but scout instead. Right. And there's our ticket out of there. We do not want to tangle with those. Blow these up, because don't mind. Unless it's a elevator, and that we specifically mine and not blow up, because it's much safer to have tube rather than a big tunnel where things can spawn off the edge. So we'll flatten this terrain out now. There's no eyes. looks pretty nice. And begin housing. I mean, chances of getting a ghost on the first night, pretty rare. I'm not an expert at housing by any means, I'm a 1.3. So, yeah. I just build this way because I hate those little crappy porter housing. It's just not cheap. Now, 5 chairs? Come on, Sash. I haven't even opened my beer yet. Alright, so yeah, we just basically used the first day to scout out like we did across that top section. I mean, when you start a new map, it actually starts you a bit further forward than the beginning of the day. So it's like a, I don't know what it is, it's like a 7-minute day rather than a 10. My memory for that sort of information is not that crisp. Not that relevant, really. Okay, so after watching quite a few people's streams, I've noticed that people have like all different variations of how they have their walls and their doors or whatever. I still haven't found one that's better than this. So here it is. The hammer for that. There we go. And you've got a one-way wall. Then drop that there, and now nothing can jump on the roof. Do that to the other side. I can guarantee you no one else does it like this because I've never seen anyone else do it like this. Which means the general consensus is, unfortunately, is the way you should have your walls. So now you can just pick them off at your leisure. And if things get hairy, just leave. Okay, so considering how quickly we got that done, so we have time to waste, but I mean, I'm actually used to playing for the worthy, so this feels like there's like no enemies at all. Weird. So that is one enemy. Do not tangle in any mode. Oops. Just did an auto buff. This opening in the middle is safe. Well, 99.9% safe. I mean, if you're worried, you do is drop that there, like that. Now, continue our setup. 1 bar off. It's like having 4 bars of Wi-Fi, just not good enough for Street Fighter. Okay, so basically are fillet. Nom nom. Alright, so close this off, those platforms, so that the house remains a house. Kill this, grab that star. Stars are important for us. Not for mana. So, do a star run. Not really good doing a star run under these trees. We'll return. I don't want to waste time. Star run this way. Got 20. That's pretty good for a first night. Got enough arrows to kill it, but that's not good. So, this night is costing us a lot of recalls. But, that's okay. We can fish for speculars and just create them. So now, bombs, because I don't like to mine. It was worth it. Trade 1 recall for 2 stars. Okay, so now continue to build down. Wait, got enough money, and we have a bomb. So 2 NPCs show up. B, Demolitionist, and Merchant, and they are the exact 2 that we need. Cover ourselves up here because something could spawn just above us. I mean, if you pull your zoom right out and you have a 4K resolution like this, the edge of this screen just beyond it is the spawn location. So if you see this ledge right here at this top point, if I dig down a little bit more, like there, now that point there becomes a spawn point. Do you understand that? Nod if you agree and understand. Right. Now we always keep torches on one side and the rope on the other. So even though I'm building as if it seems it's random, it isn't. The rope always sits on the left or the right, whichever you prefer, and as you build, it just makes everything much more efficient. If you're playing on a large map, which I always do, efficiency. That's a long way. This is hard. so we're kind of locked in right now with our recalls because we spent so many. I'm gonna drop 2 glow sticks, and hey, that. A bit of RNG. Not that good, but now we have recalls and we can be a little bit more risky with our maneuvers. Again, I could jump over here, but instead I'm opting to continue digging down straight. Now, in a situation like this, always put something like that over your head, make sure you're covered. Alright? And then pick them. Let's get a few arrows so that we can then pick. Switch flaming. There's our demo man. Alright, now we're going to use some of those stars to light it up. We're looking for lead specifically. Only need 1 more bar. Was a nice dump of gold there. Because of the Demolitionist rocking up, we can use that bomb. It's not being very kind to us with the lead. Now see, I'm all of a sudden just digging into nowhere. Stop doing it. You don't want to do that. So we'll get the bug net. And we'll also purchase some ammunition. So that takes the pressure off of us in that regard. It's good. Get the helmet too for the light. You don't need the piggy bank yet. Yeah, all good. Now, we don't want to convert all of our arrows to flaming because we're still looking for snow. So we'll do like 300 or whatever. It's about 250. Now, our inventory is starting to get a bit full, so that now. Got here, nothing useful. So we'll just dig. Damn copper axe. Pickaxe, should I say. When you do a deposit like this into a piggy bank or any chest, you're doing like a, just a full dump. You immediately sort items and then quickly run through all of your items because you don't want to leave your potions behind, and it will inevitably cost you. So just run the sequence from right to left or left to right, whatever works for you. Top to bottom, bottom to top, but the actual program itself organize them to color categories, and it's done by numerals. So you see on this top section there's weaponry, then at the base or that tail end of the stack it's blocks. So weapons, miscellaneous, and ammo, then potions, medals. It's a weird weapon. Alright, so it classifies that as a sub-weapon. I don't use axes or rubbish down to blocks. So we will follow that same pattern. Right? But not yet. Now we just need that. We'll plant those, take that. Let's take dirt, stone. It's there. So yeah. As far as tool build, everyone has different preferences, but mainly these four here. I'll have two versions of a tool belt. This start version will look something like this generally. Then as I acquire more items, my pickaxe moves to 4, blocks move to 5, and weapons start to take over. So I have multiple weapons in 1, 2, and 4, and the pickaxe slowly just gets pushed back through the belt. Okay. Alright, so now we're still hunting for snow. That's our main priority. Wait. Yes. And 1 lead bar. So whip out our jester's arrow, and we'll just start shooting the ground like that. Jump, shoot. There we go. That's 1 lead bar right there. We should have bombs, but buy bombs now. Bada boom. The anvil. Alright, so we have the setup. Now, so that's 35, 5 minus 1. That's agile, so we're not going to get a better one of those. Definitely go for a decent tin bow. Tin has no value. Deadly. Might as well just throw those in. Worth like nothing. Alright. Slight upgrades. That. There's also something else that's valuable here. File for view. Rest on dynamite, and where that with the stars. So now a definite snow. And you might be asking why. Ice arrows actually stay alight underwater, and they do 2 damage over time rather than 1. Pop though. Have a look down here. We'll switch arrows to this. Interesting later. That. Oh, that's right. Jungle. Wrong way. Don't do that. Don't be. We'll get some of these trees. Say no to axes. Take these purely to take strain off of the game, because it does remember that it's there. We'd rather not have frame drop. And that bit's, I'll deal with it, but not a lot. Up to okay, so this is virgin land now. There's nice caves under there we can partake in later. Frame drop. Don't want to tangle with that or that. That's still going to get down here. Because that makes life pretty hard actually. No, it's not. Not for a while anyway. We'll have to do out our luxury ammo. Basically luxury ammo. Just makes life easier. Alright, so back to the dig. These sections here, what I'll do is I will actually fill them in now. This is why this is not good, because then you have to actually run behind and fit both sides. And that is if you want to survive. Nothing comes in, nothing goes out. If you ever feel a bit apprehensive sitting here doing this, just pop a lazy block up there like that. Now be aware, if a block is like this, there is a gap. Some enemies can clip through one space. So it's kind of like, I don't know, an old car. It's generally safe, but it's not 5-star rating. So now we're going to put this up. Yeah. Mining potion. And pray for platinum. Always keep our torches on that side. Now this version of elevating just straight down like this has a few benefits later on in the game. So if you just wind your way down to hell, then you can just drop a teleporter now there, get there, but you are going to eventually have to traverse the tunnels that you dig again, so you know, clean is good. When you're digging in water like this, you just close the top off. Continue. Alright, so you come to a new place like this, you are always cautious. You don't want to jump in to the pit of Medusas or whatever's going on down there. So, we will err on the side of caution. Now, like before, rope always on the left or the right, whichever you are, always on that one side. Organization is the key to life. Well, one off. Now, instead of wasting a lot of time on that, I'm just going to throw down a couple of these. And now there's just a hairy section there. Have to fix it better. Oh, yes, it is platinum. Fantastic. Right, there's a bit of a hook there. So, traverse this. See if we come across any easy housing, ground housing. Platinum there, it's nice. Close ourselves off from him for a second. While we can just take him out however you want. Yeah. Did you notice that damage there? 283. Now, slime's armor. So, that's the sort of damage that you are likely to take if you dynamite yourself. So, it's possible to survive. Like, even 2 hits if you're potent. But if you are taking hits and then you do it to yourself, might not end. Rail, just traverse that bit, jump off the rail. Right. Rail to traverse the chasm, jump off the rail. Just, you know, living in this game isn't really like so much about what you do, what you don't do. Like, if that there turns into an actual desert biome, we can't go in. But it hasn't, so we jump off the rail. Right. That trap. Oh, that reminds me, we should have this on. Now, I'm quite used to playing with no danger sense, but you should definitely always have danger. Unless it really can't, and then very careful. Because it is easy to... and then... and, you know, it's just not a good way to die. That. Seaweed. Seaweed. Grab it. Okay. Get off the cart. Always checking behind, see what's coming up. Nice, a heart. Platinum there. Grab the heart first. Long shot to see what's going on. There's a heart over there, nice. So we'll traverse above. Go into that water. Risky. It probably will be safe, but probably safe isn't gonna cut it. 2 hearts there, with some platinum. It's time to go. We'll continue expedition south. Noticing that that's not running, so you can just sit on top of your old barrier, but notice it is dangerous. But considering we have 180 life, it's not that bad at this level. When sitting on a piece like that, just take that one. Alright, so you're always covering one side, so you've got your recoils to get out of there. Nothing can come from top or the sides. You've only got to deal with this bottom section. Alright, like cover your bases. Alright, so this thing's wow. Is that for popping all over the place? Can't wait until the sliding collision slime buff kills. Don't ever do what I just did there. Most likely don't. We've run out of mining potion. Due to that fact, I'm actually too keen to mining, so we'll switch. Jesters, I think I did see lead there. Yeah, not enough. Harder fucking burn. That out. Use this lead. Too unfortunately major. Happy. Oh. It's you. Nicer to skip. But alas, our best call. Or actually, considering this isn't full 30, we can sky rail and some sky islands. It's always a little bit guess, I guess. So you want to be high enough that you spot the clouds, but you don't want to be so high that you spawn harpies. Left is not jungle. So jungle there. And then we've got corruption here. So we're going to start traveling left. We'll put that back in our belt. Put inventory away. And place like this. So if we need to get out of there, we just press 3 and click. It could probably be a bit higher, but hello, I'm Russian. I'm Australian. Oh. Alright, so the benefit of doing this rail as well is you can kill the EOC just by cruising. So rail has good purpose. Now, might see some corruptors come up. It's always a possibility. Looks like we're going to be okay. Alright, so when you finish your rail, just hammer that end so that when you come up to it, it's like bounce. So that way when you're versing EOC, you can be like ping, ping, ping. There's no speed loss. It's just direct transfer. Excuse me. Got coronavirus. So, hammer this in. Now that's pretty much ready. When the EOC shows up, or we find us one of the two. Now we can still traverse those caves there that are still that section there, but it's near jungle. How much money do we have? Nothing. Still using a deadly tin. Jellyfish at the base. Alright, so top, still use this rubbish pick. Tungsten's basically useless. Silver makes good pickaxe. Tungsten, not. Got 23 bolts. Kinda wanna save. I think I might spend. Stuff it. Now we've got this mushroom biome, and they're really buffed. Really buffed. There'll be like 5 hearts down there. 7 chests. Kind of broke. Can't see. There we go. Water. Take the one hit of the piranha. No worries. Alright, so that's been an exact hour. These tutorials by the hour. Hour long. I'd assume it'll be like maybe 13 or 14 hours mission. We shall see. Peace. Blood moon.